Sometimes the most astonishing stories in aviation don't come from the usual giants. Not from Boeing, not from Airbus, not even from the big American or European ecosystems that we're used to hearing about. Instead, they emerge from places we don't immediately associate with early aerospace innovation. Places like India. We often think of Japan, China, South Korea when we think of early Asian industrialization, especially in aerospace. But India was building real, certified aircraft before all of them. Back in 1940, while India was still under colonial rule, the Tata Aircraft Corporation (TAC) set up a functioning aircraft assembly line in Pune. TAC had secured licensed production agreements from American manufacturers, allowing India to assemble genuine military-grade aircraft. Under this program, India began assembling the Harlow PC-5 and PC-6, fully certified trainer aircraft designed in the United States. These were proper frontline-ready training aircraft intended for Allied use during the World War II. Tata's facility also worked on components for the Curtiss aircraft, the same company behind the famous Curtiss Hawk fighters. While India did not mass-produce the entire Hawk aircraft, the licensed manufacturing of aircraft parts still placed India technologically ahead of most Asian nations at that time. What's remarkable is that all of this happened before independence. While much of Asia had no aerospace industry to speak of, India already had purpose-built aircraft hangars and tooling, trained engineers and technicians, and actual aircraft rolling off the assembly lines. This program eventually wound down as the World War II redirected global priorities. The US cut back support and parts for the Harlow trainer, and the British colonial authorities limited India's industrial autonomy by blocking large-scale expansion. For the next one, India can claim being truly first to something in aviation history. The world's first official Airmail flight. On 18th of February in 1911, a French pilot named Henri Pequet climbed into a plane known as the Humber Sommer and took to the skies in Allahabad. His mission was to carry 6,500 letters from Allahabad to the nearby town of Naini. Even though it was a brief journey of just 13 minutes, the impact this had was enormous. This flight became the first officially sanctioned airmail service in the world, laying the groundwork for organized airmail systems across continents. This tiny biplane soaring over the Indian countryside inspired governments and postal services to think differently about delivering letters. Yet, despite its global significance, this story is largely forgotten outside of aviation circles. Few realize that India had played a pioneering role in connecting the world through the air, decades before commercial aviation became commonplace. And now we arrive at the final one that has remained hidden for decades. Everyone knows about the HAL Tejas, India's indigenous fighter jet. But very few people realize that before Tejas, India secretly worked on another fighter project. This project was called HF-23. It was developed quietly in the 1970s, a time when the world associated supersonic travel almost exclusively with a single aircraft, the legendary Concorde. And the HF-73 was intended to be the successor to the HF-24. Engineers ran wind tunnel tests, studied design layouts, and even built early mockups. This project had real momentum, but it never reached full-scale production. Back then, with limited funding, the HF-73 was quietly shelved. And because this was a pre-internet era with far less public documentation, the entire existence of this aircraft slipped into obscurity. For most Indians, the Tejas looks like the beginning of indigenous fighter development. But the truth is that this story had started much earlier, hidden in the hangars and old reports, and known only to the engineers who once dreamt of putting another fighter jet in the sky.